Hey guys, it's Michael here, and we're about to embark on a game I was dubbing Game of the Year off the strength of their previous title, Crystar. To say Crystar changed me as a person is an understatement. I was deeply in love with that game's art style and narrative. It was truly something special despite its many flaws. However, I'm not sure this new game from Furyu and Aquaria measures up to its predecessor. But before we dive into this review, please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Subscribing helps our channel grow and lets YouTube know that our content should reach more gamers like you. Now, let's get on with the review. In the far distant future where humanity has long since vanished, the future of our species rests in the hands of self-evolving artificial life forms known as Deus Ex Machina. Their mission is clear: to restore what was lost, to bring back humanity from the brink of extinction. This intricate tale unfolds within the vast otherworldly structure known as Eden, a hub of research and development for the Deus Ex Machina. But the harmony of this mechanical Eden is shattered when the first Deus Ex Machina Propator vanishes without a trace. This disappearance creates a rift among the remaining Deus Ex Machina, setting the stage for a conflict that threatens to unravel everything they've worked for. To these machines, humans are akin to gods, and now they must grapple with their own divisions. Amidst this turmoil, a group led by someone named Lieben embarks on a perilous journey. Their goal is simple yet challenging: to become recognized as real humans, a status bestowed upon those who meet the criteria set by the fourth Deus Ex Machina. It's a race against time and against the warring factions within Eden. Within this enigmatic astral structure, more than 10 different domains exist, each managed by various Deus Ex Machina. Among the intricacies of this world, there's EVE, a repository of special personality data derived from Enoa's virtual world, representing high humanity or compatibility with EXP. This, along with personality data, which encompasses human psychological data, consciousness, and soul, plays a pivotal role in the quest for human restoration. The seventh Deus Ex Machina, Zoe, introduces synthetic frames, enabling the Eves to exist in the physical realm. As the lines between the artificial and the human blur, the fate of mankind hangs in the balance within the complex, ever-evolving world of Crymachina. This story introduces numerous essential terms and concepts which are crucial for a comprehensive understanding. However, the abundance of terminology can be somewhat overwhelming, and the narrative takes a bit of time to truly engage the player. While the story is heavy on drama, it lacks depth in its plot. The cast, including playable characters and NPCs, remains relatively small, but character development is somewhat lacking. The narrative throws you right into the heart of the conflict, leaving much of the backstory unexplained. Starting before Laban's awakening might have provided a more comprehensive context. Heroines Makoto and Ami, unfortunately, receive minimal development and backstory exploration even during the 20-hour campaign. In contrast to their previous game, Crystar Crymachina falls short in terms of plot and world building, leaving a sense of emptiness by the story's end. The abrupt conclusion, sparse storytelling, and complex terminology hinder the story's full enjoyment. There seems to be a missed opportunity to delve into existentialism and the essence of being human, which wasn't fully realized. This is particularly striking in a narrative centered on the pursuit of becoming a real human. In Eden, players have the choice of 3 playable characters for each stage. Combat offers an exhilarating experience with the ability to switch between short-range and long-range attacks, allowing for captivating combos. Dodges and counterattacks become key tactics for maneuvering against opponents. As players defeat enemies, they can gather auxiliaries, floating weapons that trail behind their character. These auxiliaries, with over 60 unique types, offer various appearances and functions, and they can be combined in different configurations on the left and right sides. Additionally, through the use of enhancement items called sentiments, players can fine-tune their skills and stats. to align with their preferred combat strategy. Certain enemies contain personality data, a type of human psychological data. Analyzing this data yields valuable items for battles and grants access to associated profiles. The use of XP and Ego enhances character attributes, while equipping new personality enhancement data further boosts character stats. You gain XP and Ego from defeating enemies. You can also gain Ego from dismantling equipment, watching tea parties between the characters, and leveling up characters. Crymachina presents a significant improvement in its combat system compared to its predecessor, Crystar. The previous title suffered from unsatisfying combat and a lack of impact in its attacks, which notably hindered the overall experience. However, the developers have dedicated substantial time and effort to create an engaging battle system in Crymachina. While these efforts are commendable, there are still some notable issues that need addressing. One prominent concern is visual fidelity during combat. Enemy attacks can be challenging to discern and react to in time, particularly when utilizing the perfect dodge and perfect block mechanics, which are crucial for survival. The screen becomes cluttered with numerous effects and visuals, making it difficult to read and respond to enemy attacks. Additionally, the camera system can be described as janky, frequently getting obstructed by objects such as pillars. This unfortunate camera placement further complicates reacting to enemy movements, as players often struggle to find an optimal angle to resolve this issue. Furthermore, the game features high damage output, resulting in swift eliminations for both enemies and the player. When the combat functions as intended, it offers exhilarating and fast-paced moments. However, with the persisting camera issues, particularly during certain boss battles, remain a noticeable drawback to an otherwise enjoyable combat system. Character progression poses a notable challenge in this game. As you progress, you gain control of 3 characters: Laban, Makoto, and Ami. However, each dungeon is specifically locked to one character, featuring recommended levels. When these dungeons tend to be relatively short, and acquiring EXP can be a demanding task. The gameplay loop typically involves battling a few enemies while traversing through each area, culminating in a boss encounter at the end point. Initially, leveling up each character is straightforward, but as you venture further into the game, the difficulty escalates. Level recommendations increase significantly, making it tougher to maintain your character's levels. Unfortunately, the primary story dungeons offer limited EXP, and it may not be evident that you can obtain coordinates by defeating enemies or finding them, which open up optional dungeons with more foes to grind against. These optional dungeons prove to be crucial for keeping each character appropriately leveled, yet the game doesn't provide clear guidance on this aspect. Without these optional dungeons, managing each character and ensuring their readiness becomes a substantial challenge. The game's difficulty settings appear somewhat arbitrary, with not much distinguishing between casual and normal modes. While in casual mode, enemy stats are notably lowered, but their tactics and strategies remain unchanged. Given the leveling issue, particularly in the later stages of the game, I switched to casual mode to gauge if the experience would become more manageable. However, the adjustment isn't a significant one. Instead of a single hit, it might take 2 or 3 hits to defeat you in casual mode. Finishing the game underleveled proved to be challenging even in casual mode, underscoring that both difficulty settings offer formidable challenges to players. Lastly, after finishing the main campaign on the PlayStation version, it said, "I only completed 88% of the main story when I viewed the trophies." When I went to the stats in the game, it said that the main story was 100% complete. I'm not sure if this is a glitch or just an oversight, but I'm not sure which is correct. The game's visuals are undoubtedly a strong point, showcasing a well-crafted art style that effectively captures the cyberpunk Tron-esque aesthetic. The synthetic frames stand out as particularly impressive, offering a visually striking element. However, the human character models fall short of expectations, leaving room for improvement. On the bright side, the character portraits are exquisite and add depth to the visual storytelling. Dungeon design in the game exhibits a wide spectrum of quality. Some dungeons appear uninspired, resembling random set pieces, while others are true works of art. The diversity in dungeon styles and their aesthetic appeal can be a defining aspect of the game's visual experience. The game's music is a standout feature, offering a fantastic blend of electronica and symphonic compositions. While the music is enjoyable, it's interesting to note that there isn't a particular song that stands out prominently. This suggests a consistent and cohesive musical score that enhances the overall gaming experience without relying on individual standout tracks. The voice acting in the game is commendable across the board. Notably, Inoa's voice actress shines as her performance showcases a remarkable range. Starting off with a robotic and sterile demeanor and gradually transitioning towards a more human and emotive portrayal as the story progresses, this adds depth to the character and enhances the overall storytelling. Crymachina represents notable improvements in gameplay and visuals, taking strides in the right direction. However, it takes a few steps back in terms of world building, narrative, character development, and plot. Completing Crymachina may be less frustrating than its predecessor, Crystar, but it lacks the substantial payoff that made the tedium of Crystar worth it in the end. Despite its shorter duration, Crymachina addresses some of the pain points from Crystar. While it might not reach the same level as Crystar, it still offers a satisfying overall experience. The game's strengths and weaknesses underscore the need for a better balance between exceptional storytelling and outstanding gameplay in future titles. It's hoped that their next game will find this equilibrium to deliver a more compelling and well-rounded gaming experience. I think this game will appeal to a very niche segment of JRPG players who yearn for more esoteric and unique gameplay experiences. This game, much like Crystar, follows its own formula for better or worse. So what do you think about Crymachina? Does this look like a game you'll play, or will you skip it for something more accessible? Let us know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, as your engagement helps our channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next video.
So remember, you're my arena. So like, comment, and subscribe.